That's soulless. This jacket was gifted to me by my good friend, and I wanted to hook it up. I modify all my pieces. I modify so many pieces that I love. That's my way of showing even more love to it, you know, make it more futuristic. This is one of my signature styles, to do the Jetsons rings. Iridescent, you know, because, you know, you got to think about it. Like, yeah, and my friend, we talk about this all the time. Like, we in 2026 now. Back in 2001, 2003, 2004, you would have thought, what would people dress like in 2026? If you would have asked people in the early 2000s, we wouldn't have thought that it would have just looked like the same shit. Or if not, further back in the past, you know, in terms of style. So I'm big on futurism. I am a futurist, and I'll be showcasing a lot of that with the new music coming out and a lot of stuff on the way. I'm staying on the about that, because it's gonna be a lot of big surprises. So we coming correct, and yeah, doomsday. Yeah, it's that time. You saw on YouTube, the clock started. The clock has officially started. It was perfect timing. I want to start off with congratulating Mero for being the new host in the morning show on High 97. That is legendary. That's so big. Listen, man, I love Beavis and Mero. I would love, just like a lot of other people, I would love for them to get back together, figure out, you know, where they can get aligned business-wise, because I know that had a lot to do with it. Mero can hold his own, so it has nothing to do with that. I'm excited either way, because Mero reminds me almost like a Bronx hood version of Robin Williams. He's animated, all of that stuff, so he can hold his own. But if we got Desus and Mero in the morning, oh my God, that'd be amazing. But just him not only being a true New Yorker and being a true Bronxite on top of that, like I've heard him and Rainy's stories, and so many of their stories reflect on my experiences that I've had, you know, growing up in the Bronx, and then especially in my teens growing up in the Bronx, you know, like just things that you would only know if you was there. And he has that aura about him, you know, it's just pure Bronx, pure New York. So it's exciting for him to be aligned with High 97, even though it's a lot, you know, talk that they've been corporatized, which, you know, it always hurts to see our favorite groups get corporatized like that. But suffice to say, glass half full, High 97 obviously is legendary to hip hop. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, clap it up, clap it up. And Ebro, Laura, Rosenberg, I'm excited for them as well. Listen, I didn't know. So Ebro, I knew originally from the Bay. Even though I love Ebro. He's a super entertaining dude, and he carries that aura too of just pure hip hop. I didn't know that Rosenberg and Laura and Ebro, all three of them, are originally not even from New York. I thought they were from like Brooklyn or somewhere, you know, like Harlem. I didn't know that. But that doesn't matter, because what they've given us over the years, we could even say that maybe the Breakfast Club was inspired by them. Comment section, let me know what y'all think, especially the real New Yorkers that was there for it. Let me know what y'all think. You know, they might have been inspiration for Breakfast Club to do what they do. They are adopted New Yorkers to us, you know, so I have still a lot of love for them, and I've been keeping up with their new show, and I hope that they get a podcast studio and make it like a full-blown podcast. That's all they need next. And they saying they got big plans, so I'm hoping that that's included in it. So, yo, congratulations to everyone involved. You know, from Mero to Ebro, Law, and Rosenberg. It's beautiful. It's an exciting time for New York, because we got Mero from the Bronx doing Hot 97. We got Timmy Chalamet, the new hot it guy coming out of Hell's Kitchen. We got the Knicks. I don't even keep up with basketball. I'm a skateboarder. I was a sponsored skateboarder in my teens. I don't know shit about basketball, but I do know that the last time that the Knicks was super hot on fire was Ewing was playing for them. I know enough to know that. It was like the late 90s, so it's been a long time. They're coming back around full circle. I'm hearing a rumbling about that. Mom Donnie in office. Exciting time, you know, Gotham Restoration. And on top of that, Joe and Jada's on fire. Joe Budden's on fire. Who else we got? I was Rocky's dropping like crazy, man. Yeah, Rocky's dropping like crazy. Listen, man, people trying to shit on Rocky. You gotta understand, Rocky, I like those last two songs. I love those last two songs. I'm excited. He's had other songs that were kind of disappointing to me, I'm not gonna lie. And then he's had other songs that I was like, oh, this is a classic. So for the most part, I rock what Rocky does more often than I don't. And it's not just because he's from the Bronx and from Harlem. It's not just because of that. It's because I really genuinely think he's really trying to push creativity and he's willing to experiment. You got to give him credit for at least that. He's willing to take risks and sometimes catch an L because of it. But I have faith that he does it enough times, he catches that. He'll catch 1, 2, 3, 4. And now he got some fire, different shit. You know, we got enough. It's the same thing what I'm doing with the music and the fashion and everything representing New York. New York right now is on the rise, and all it needs now, especially with the arts, with music, is more of the weirdo artists. You know, listen, I'm all for the traditional. I'm all for the boom bap and the gangster shit and the conscious shit and all the traditional. Cause I'm really, that's my heritage. I'm all for that. And there's always gonna be a place for that, obviously. But we always need the balance. And I think New York has been missing that for a long time. It's been purely just street shit. Even when it went to the youngins, the YNs and the you know, it was drill. It was street shit. You didn't really see too many young artists that was pushing some super different, unique, borderline experimental on some Kanye, on some Pharrell, on some Andre 3000, you know, and that's where I come into play. That's where Rocky comes into play. And a few others, you know, we got some new ones too. You know, I want Bronson to drop too. Bronson's, I consider like a weirdo rapper coming out of New York, you know, doing something different. Cause he raps like he's on these escapades throughout the city doing all these crazy cartoony things that, you know, make you feel like you're in a fever dream on LSD. So, you know, action needs to drop too. Shout out to all my weirdo New Yorkers. We the ones that's shifting into the future. We the ones straight out of Professor Xavier School for Higher Learning, the real mutants, the real superhumans. We taking this shit over now. That's how this thing is going to shift into the next level. I've been said that, and I think now everybody's ready for it. I think we let all the street shit have as much fun as it can have, and it's run dry. You know what I'm saying? It's a drought. Drought 3. Yeah. So I'm excited. Back to Rocky. Them last two videos, iconic. He had Winona Ryder. He had Danny Elfman. If you know, you know. Tim Burton raised me. My sheets was the Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman with the blueprint. Because if you don't remember, the Penguin, they got the blueprint for his Batmobile and planted bombs in him. My sheets was that from that movie, from Batman Returns. And I had it on VHS, burned that shit out. So, and Nightmare Before Christmas, the list goes on. And then that's probably why I was painting my nails black in 1998 when I was 9 years old. And they had to take me out of Albert Einstein Middle School. My mom tried to put me in public school. I was in Catholic school right by Castle Hill, St. John Vianney. Then my mom tried to put me in public school because I wanted to not have to wear a uniform. I was dressed in goth. And they didn't know what goth was. This is 1998. It's so early, especially in the Bronx. Kid tried to call me gay or something. I punched him in the face. He was trying to make fun of my nails being painted black. I'm 9 years old. It's 1998. That's how ahead of my time I was in the Bronx. You know, and they had to pull me out of that school, put me back in Catholic school. You know, so I was raised on Tim Burton. So to see that, what Rocky's doing and how Tim Burton did the artwork for his album cover, like, mwah, awesome. Punk Rocky. I love that one. The last one, Helicopters. That music video was bananas. And we're going to get into the AI rumors about that music video. That music video was amazing. The angles, the shots, how it looked kind of like a PlayStation 1 video game. The action, like, man, that was like, man, money well spent. I don't know if that's a label budget or if that's because Rocky's up with the bread more than a lot of other rappers. I don't know if he paid for it himself, but it was worth every dollar. That was an amazing music video. And the rumors are now they trying to shit on it. People saying the music's not all that, I think it was fire. You got to remember, listen, Rocky discovered Cardi, one of the biggest rappers out right now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people. And Ian and a lot of other people. So Not only is he an OG in the modern culture right now, but I fuck with the music, man. And I'm a harsh critic. There have been certain songs he would drop, and I'm like, that was all right. But these songs got me hyped for the album. He insists it wasn't AI. But let's say this. This is my thing. I'm going to have a controversial take right now. I am for collaborating with AI. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I make beats from scratch. I've had to learn how to do special effects from scratch. I am one of the most DIY people you will ever meet. From learning how to mix and master my songs myself, to learning how to record myself, making beats from scratch, no samples, all synthesizers, playing melodies, everything myself. I've even had to film myself on a damn tripod when I had nobody to film me at times. So this is how DIY I am. And for me to be like that, you would think I'd be the first one to be like, nah, fuck all that AI shit. AI is trash. Nah, get it out of here. I think AI is bad in certain instances. Certain instances where it can replace jobs that are needed, understandable. Where it's used for deep fakes to make things happen that didn't really happen and make people look bad and defamation of character and image. Definitely against that. Where I'm not against it is when you collaborate with it. And at that point, it's just a tool. And when you just throw out the baby with the bathwater and say all AI is bad, it starts to sound to me like cave people say, fire bad, fire evil. Cave people thinking fire is evil, and they don't realize the capabilities, the power of how much that can evolve their lifestyle and their life. You got to think, if you went to Victorian era or the medieval times with a smartphone, they killing you. They thinking you an evil sorcerer. You made a pact with the devil to have infinite potential and power over electricity. And this is straight sorcery. You mean you could see pictures of people and talk to people within a little square, they would be scared out of their mind. They're going to shit their pants, go home, take a shower, change their pants. As a matter of fact, they only had one outfit the whole year around at that time. So they'll go home, wash their pants, dry it, put them back on, and then come back and burn you at the stake. That's what would happen if they saw your... So you got to keep that in mind. Humans have a tendency to have a fear of change. So, like I say, I'm in the middle. I think certain parts of AI, bad, very dangerous. Anything that has power needs great responsibility. It's a tightrope walk. It's a balancing act, you know, so it can easily tip over the scales and get out of control, obviously. We've seen in many sci-fi movies. In collaboration with AI, I'll give you an example. Let's say with music, if you're making some boom bap beats and you don't want to have to go to sample clearances and you want to be able to put it on streaming without having to clear a sample because you don't have a label budget, you don't have this, that, and the third, you go to AI program and you create an oldies sounding music or some weird psychedelic 1970s. It'll recreate even the vinyl mix, the warmth of the analog mix like it was on tape. And then you could chop that up and sample it. It sounds just like if Alchemist samples some. You know what I'm saying? If you're nice enough with cooking up on the beats. And now you don't have to worry about sample clearances. You could put it on DSPs. You have full ownership of it. That's not bad, especially if you made the beat. It's made by a human. AI made the sample. Now that's a gray area. And that's what we need to remember. People do this with politics too. They go, it's either this or that or this. There's so many gray areas in life. Obviously, yes, there are absolutes. Certain things are absolutely evil. Certain things are absolutely good. You know that. But then there's also in between sometimes. And AI has a lot of that when it comes to creativity. We need to keep that in mind as we move forward to evolving as a people. And if A$AP Rocky's music video, if they used AI in certain aspects of it, it still was chopped up and edited for the most part by a human being. I'm sure that was a lot of After Effects work. I would love to look at the workflow on After Effects of that video. I'm gonna put up on the screen whoever did that video because they need credit. That editing was insane. That was phenomenal. That had to be on a super high powered laptop or computer. God damn, that took a lot of CPU. But if they use AI for certain aspects of it and cut it up and put it in, it's the same thing like I said with the sampling. So like what Timbaland was trying to do, I don't agree with, just because it was taking almost 90 to 100% of the human creativity out of it, where the only creativity is in the prompt that you're typing. And it was an AI artist. Even if they took the likeness of this real Asian girl, it was an AI artist. It was AI music video. The whole beat was AI, so he didn't even make a beat. Bro, you the one that did all the fire ass beats for Missy and Aaliyah? Are you kidding me, bro? Come on, that's you shooting yourself in the foot. That's a slander to your own legacy, sir. That's different, you know what I'm saying? And like the lyrics is AI, the vocals is AI, the beat is AI. Now, that's terrible. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get jiggy with this. I show it where it might not be so bad. The reason why I started making my own beats is because I was always very inspired by Pharrell and Ye. And they were always pushing the envelope as to what hip hop sounded like. Not just from the way they rapped and the things they rapped about and how they looked, but from how the beats, the production sounded. And that's why the same time that I was learning how to rap, I was learning how to make beats, because I always wanted to create my own unique sound. I always wanted to, like, even if I took a style like trap or rage or boom bap, I always wanted to tweak it into my own version of it. So let's say someone doesn't know how to make beats, but it's a girl, her voice is phenomenal. She's like SZA, like a branch off a SZA's tree. But this girl doesn't know how to make beats. And she don't like that all the beats, the type, she could look up SZA type beats, but she don't want to sound just like SZA. She wants unique style beats. And it takes her days to search on YouTube, type beats, till she finds something that sounds even a little bit unique. But then she comes across one of these apps that you can make beats from AI. And she figures out the prompts. And finally, she gets a unique version of R&B, a unique mix of some futuristic neo soul, hip hop, jazz, trap, R&B that separates her from other artists. Now she can stand out, which that's a strength. When it's oversaturated, everybody want to rap, everybody want to sing. So you have to stand out, not only with how you look, but your sound. So that helps her. Now she can stand out because she's cooked up this unique sound through AI, because she don't know how to make beats, or she might not have the programs and the tools to make beats. So now she made these fire beats, but she's writing the lyrics. She's recording herself on her microphone, or she's going to a studio. Someone's engineering for her, or she's engineering, and she's the one singing. There's no processing on her voice. Let's say she don't even use auto-tune. She's like raw, just EQ, a little compression, a little limiter. That's it. It's her vocals, her lyrics, but it's an AI beat because she don't really have producers at her disposal like that. Is that really that bad? Is that really that bad? There's still human creativity because she used it to separate herself, and it's still her voice. It just gives her voice a unique backdrop. So this is what I mean by, like, we're gonna have to figure out what is the line. Where is the middle point that is healthy, and where is the extremes on the other sides that are unhealthy, where people are too AI, where they're just relying on that to be lazy, or when people are too anti-AI, where they're just gonna get left behind and look like cave people. ASAP Rocky claimed the whole thing wasn't AI. Hey, I'm excited for more videos. I love the artwork. I love everything he's doing right now. I think this is his best era right now. I'm excited. So don't be dumb. That's my Bronx Harlem broski. You already know ski. Super hype. Another win for New York. The playing field is being set. I feel like Doom with the chess pieces, you know what I'm saying? Except I am on the chessboard, you know what I'm saying? It's God actually playing the chessboard, you know? The stars are aligning for New York. It's a beautiful time we in. So This is perfect timing. Next month, you're about to see next month. The Golden Globes. This is going to be short. Because I'm not going to say much about the Golden Globes. Because I'm very rebellious as an artist. I'm on my rock star shit. I'll pop up at award shows. I will. But I don't think it's the end all and be all. I think it's a good opportunity to get stars together and banter with each other, you know, and have fun. I think that's more important than, oh man, this person got snubbed and this person got the award and this one didn't. It's similar to, just because a movie doesn't get an award doesn't make it not successful. The biggest marker of a movie's success is if it stands the test of time. If it becomes a solidified, crystallized part of culture for generations. If it influences a lot of other aspects of culture and sends these ripples that become tidal waves later on. That is a successful movie. And we also have to remember that this is why it's kind of silly for fans to be online tracking box office numbers. Because there were a lot of movies that did not do well at the box office that were completely flops and ended up becoming cultural phenomenons. Keep that in mind. So I'm more interested in the Oscars, even though, like I said, I don't really care about awards. I'm just more interested in seeing the stars riff with each other. I believe that right now we're in a golden era for film. I think right now we're in a golden era for film, for movies and television. For the past 3 years, it's just been, obviously, it's never going to be everything, but it's been a lot of really, really phenomenally good movies and TV shows the past 3 years, maybe even more. And I feel like it's increased. And with this year, there's so huge projects lined up for this year. So I think we're ramping up into more and more closer to a golden era, if we're not already there. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's ramping up into a golden era for film and television. And I think music has not quite reached that same point yet. Music is like the little brother trying to catch up behind his big brother right now, you know, and I think music is going to get there. It might be by this year. This year might be the beginning of the turning point. You know, especially because I'm dropping a lot of music this year. You know what I'm saying? But I really do feel that, you know, with other artists as well, and watching the, you know, I'm always checking the temperature. I love this stuff. I love pop culture. That's what drives me. That's what inspires me. And it all intertwines. Like movies and TV will inspire my songs, you know, and my songs will inspire the visuals that I do. And I love it. I love it. And because of that, I naturally am always tapped in and taking the temperature as to where everything is at right now culturally. And I really feel that. I think film and TV is on an upswing and it's just going to get better. And I think music is like right here and it's like slowly going up like that. So I'm excited for music to catch up with where film and TV is at right now. And I also, pertaining to everything going on in the world, art is powerful. And art is very influential. That's what makes it so powerful. Art can change the landscape of society because it influences people. You think that world leaders, whether good or bad, you think world leaders, personalities in their decision making and their career choices wasn't influenced by whatever movies they watch, whatever TV shows they watch, whatever songs they listen to? So much more powerful than people give credit for. And that's why I'm excited to see so many revolutionary projects come out of movies and television right now. One battle after another is just one of many because it's coded. It's coded. You could even say Weapons was revolutionary in what it was representing. With the kids fighting back against the witch that was practicing black magic to take energy from the kids and hypnotize them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could go down a rabbit holes. Y'all not ready? I need a tinfoil Rambo headband for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not ready, but we'll keep it there. But, you know, There's a lot. Pay close attention. Remember, and I'm excited. I think it's going to get more revolutionary as time goes by. Especially, I'm a big Marvel fan. We're about to, once we get out of Secret Wars and Doomsday and the multiverse over, where are we going to? Mutant Saga. That's what he said. They're not going to focus on the Avengers anymore for a while. We did that. And then they'll reboot it. Mutant Saga. Professor X, Magneto, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. So I think that a lot of these movies and TV shows, if you pay close attention, are very coded with revolutionary ideologies. Andor was another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go on and on. Marty Supreme really wasn't, but Marty Supreme had its significance and its importance in showing people to stop tucking your tail between your legs and like really let your nuts hang and like really believe in yourself in astronomical ways that it's going to make people feel uncomfortable. Sometimes that's the only way you're going to put enough force to get through the door, to get to the other side of where you're trying to go. Yeah. So I'm not really a political guy. You know, and it's not a cop-out because I will talk that shit if I got to talk. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I'm going to say this. I don't think it's smart to always want to put on a scene of how you feel about the enemies that are against us. I think the saying goes, you play chess, not checkers. If you're really passionate about what's going on in the world, you need to take time out to really think about how that pertains to you, how that pertains to the world, and what it really means to play chess, not checkers. Go layers, and you might be just scratching the surface. Go deeper as to what that saying really means. And then once you go layers and layers deep as to what it is to play chess, not checkers, against your enemies, you go even deeper and think, what is it to play 4D chess, not checkers? And that's why you got to keep your cards close to your chest and keep a poker face sometimes. We're not doing that enough. People are reacting emotionally and impulsively too quickly without strategizing. That's why it backfires. It's not to blame us because we didn't start none of this mess in the first place. But it's not how you're going to clean it up. It's only going to make things messier. We saw history repeat over and over again. You can easily just study the patterns and create a new one. You gotta be clever in your approach. You can't always be like, let me film you and you're this and you're that. You gotta be 13 steps ahead of the whole entire chess game being played. Because what happens is when you let people manipulate your emotions, they still own you. They still control you. Gotta be more clever. Like I say, you gotta sit and think, what does that look like for you and what you can contribute? Don't always try to run and be a hero in a way that might not have anything to do with you. That might not be the role for you. We all have our part to play in this world. In the grand scheme of things, we all have our part to play. The heart doesn't do what the lungs do. The lungs don't do what the intestines does. The intestines don't do what the ears do. Everybody plays a special, unique, individual role in the grand scheme of things when we come together to evolve past the bullshit. So you have to figure out where's your part to play. You know, not everybody has to like go balls to the walls. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You know? And study Taoism, study Buddhism, study the art of war. Because that's not what you think it is. You hear the word war, you think it's a book about ammunition and killing and all of that. No. It's more clever than that. The idea of Kung Fu to develop mastery over something. Kung Fu originally wasn't even a fighting thing. It was a term that meant repeating something and learning it until you've completely mastered it. Develop mastery of yourself so that you can play your part in the grand scheme of things. With that being said, this was another good time to connect and build with y'all. I hope some of my family and friends watch this, because I'm not good with keeping up with people. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to like memorize people's birthdays. I'm trying to hit people up more. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm almost 40. Like, it's about time. It's about time I start being responsible, you know, and communicating with people in my communications. But, you know, this is a good chance for us to bond even through this, you know, shared perspectives or maybe a difference in perspectives, and we learn from each other. So you already know, Zeph Solis, a lot of big shit on the way. New York City, we on Fleekity right now. Exciting time, Fleeski, always. It's a lot of other stuff tied into what I'm doing right now, so it's gonna get super exciting.